Hey guys, it is Fairy Grace and I am with the lovely Chisholm, la la. We're gonna go with it. Justin Chisholm. Our middle son is Justin, so we always get confused, and my husband and I call him Chisholm by his last name. Justin is a chef at Brushes and Beans. I was gonna give you a backstory, but we're not. We're gonna cut to the chase. You are the chef at Brushes and Beans.
I am.
And I first want to note, and thank you, sir, you also served in our military.
Did.
So give us a bullet point of service in the military.
I served 20 years in the Army, lived all over the country, served all over the world, Iraq, Afghanistan. And once I retired, I'm living my dream. I've always wanted to cook, and I'm cooking. So, living my dream.
And I just hear of any time military people have a very strong connection with them. So thank you again for that. You talk about doing your dream. First of all, you served our country, and I thank you because you also have some battle wounds physically, mentally, emotionally, in every category.
Yep.
And yet you still persevered. And if we had time, which we will at some later date, talk about all you've been through, it is an inspiration that Justin is here, literally alive, and that not only that, but you didn't succumb to the hell that you went through, you rose above it. So speak to the person right now in a bullet point that's going through hell and they're ready to give up.
You're not alone. It's a tough battle, but you can do it. And you're not alone. Reach out for help if you need it. And it's okay. Whatever you're going through is okay. Whether it be alcohol, drugs, it's okay. You're not alone. And we love you. Reach out for help.
And we do. And that's another thing. I always joke, our youngest son knows I make everything with love. So when I present a drink, food, he's like, you put love in it, Mom, right? I'm like, absolutely. And it was so funny because when I first met you, your food is phenomenal. So again, come out to Brushes and Beans in Murraysville for amazing food. It is not just me, it is unanimous. But you said you made it with love.
Yep.
And you can feel it. So go ahead and talk about how do you find that love? Because I'm sure you have bad days, and I know when I cook at home for our 3 boys and my husband, my food reflects how I feel. So how do you make sure that everything you do is in love and goes out there perfect?
I do it with feeling, the way it makes me feel. I'm hypersensitive to people's feelings. It's just something that I'm born with. And the way that I see people, the face people make when they taste my food, and when I taste food, I want it just all to come together. I think of a old grandma, Italian grandma, mixing the pot, just throwing stuff in. That's kind of how I want things to go in my kitchen.
And it does. So, okay, so lastly, to wrap this up, just to continue to inspire people, I forget where I was going with that, that's okay. Oh, so your food, when you're doing it, what would you say to the person out there, because you, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have culinary schooling.
I do not.
I'm a big advocate for this because I did not go to school, and sometimes people assume I went to college for the things that I do, that I started lying. And I'm like, yeah, I went to psych. I took psych at Penn State. And people are like, really? And they're like, no, I took psych at Pitt. And then they're like, really? I'm like, no, psych, just kidding. Because you don't have to go to school. We're not mocking schooling, but some of the best people I know, I am preaching right now, the best people I know did not go to school for the amazing things they do, because kind of like how you can read emotion and feeling. You innately were gifted when God created you to do what you do. So speak to that person right now that has the imposter syndrome.
School isn't, you can feel it when you find what you love to do, you just know, you feel it. And I'm not a school guy. I read books. I don't retain things. But when it comes to cooking, I'm a sponge. Everything I read, I watch, I see, I taste, I understand. And it just comes easy. You'll find that if you dabble and, don't stick to one lane of Justin Chisholm, I'm going to stick to the military. Open yourself up to a whole plethora of things that you can do.
So basically, and that is a good point, I want to wrap up with that. It's not that we don't educate ourselves. It's not that we don't get an education. We just allow the world to give us what it has to give, but we also do read books or watch videos, however our learning style is. So we're not knocking education and learning, because you need that to be healthy, but it doesn't mean you have to get a piece of paper to give you your authentic approval of who you are or what you're doing. So in closing, what do you have for the people, Justin?
Come try my food. I make it with love, and I guarantee you're gonna like it.
I guarantee that also. So Justin Chisholm, Brushes and Beans, owned by the lovely Mark and Amanda. Come on down, they're locally owned. You heard it here. You're gonna try his food. We're guaranteed that you're gonna love it. I'm Fairy Grace, and you're amazing.